Let's move on to your program card. Jaxon Kohler at Moneyball. We talked about Moneyball a little bit yesterday. You said Moneyball is broken. You said Moneyball needs to get back to what it was. Well, Jaxon Kohler's trying his damn best, okay? 53 points, 18 rebounds for Team Snipback. Snipback looking like they might just snip the title this season, Cart. They beat Team Fago 113 to 103, and Kohler's footwork was on display. He looked like Elijah Wan. He looked like Nikola Jokic. You saw the flashes of everything that this young man has to offer, Cart. Are you buying that Jaxon Kohler is in line for a breakout year specifically because of what he's showing in Moneyball?
No.
Would you like to elaborate?
Well, I mean, we talked about what Moneyball is, and I hate that I have to be put in this position to sound like a hater. 53 and 18 is special on any basketball court at any time. Like, that's amazing. That's sweet. It's dope. I bet you it was great to actually see, like, people who got to go there and watch Jaxon Kohler score 53. But like, come on, man, what are we doing here? Like, that's what I mean when there's a talent gap. Who's on the other side? Who's like taking some pride and being like
Xavier Booker?
Who?
Xavier Booker was on the other side.
No way that's who was checking him.
I wasn't there. I didn't see, but I know Xavier Booker was on the other team. We might need to
get some more info on that, because that's crazy. That's crazy. That's the thing I'm talking about. That Moneyball, like, yes, don't take it too seriously because it is something fun, but like, where's like the competitive edge? Like, what's going on? Like, who on the other side? I'm gonna go with the speak of my personal terms. If some guy is pushing 50 on me, I'm sitting, all right? Like, I'm clamping up. I'm doing something. Did he earn that 50? Probably not. Did he score 50? Yeah. And now the worst part about this is the Chop Man 24/7s and the Sparty Dog 29757 with no profile picture and a golden retriever cover photo is literally talking about, oh, Jaxon Kohler, all Big Ten now. Like, come on, man. Like, yes, you can take some things away. Maybe he looked good. I've seen a couple clips. Yeah, like Jaxon Kohler doing footwork, doing what he does. Like, is that 53 and 18 going to translate into like a breakout on the scene in the Big Ten? No, it's not. It isn't. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to have to see it in another setting.
I don't think there's a correlation between Moneyball box scores and how good a player could be next year. Look no further than Pierre Brooks. It just is what it is. With all that said, though, I am buying Jaxon Kohler, and it doesn't have much to do with his Moneyball performance. Although I do think it's good to see him like 50's 50. I don't. You're like, work for his 50. I don't care if he didn't work for his 50. 50's 50.
I know. No. I'm not saying that. I said 50 was 50. I'm talking about the guy on the other side who's like,
but we don't know. We don't know if there was pride.
The biggest part of this 50 ball, and I'll let you go, is that Jaxon got to score 50. Jaxon feels great about himself right now, which he should. He had a 50 ball.
50's 50. I think I've said this on camera before recently. Maybe not. Maybe I've only said it privately to you. I'm still holding on to my Jaxon Kohler stock in a pretty big way here relative to the Michigan State front court. I would not say that about the other Michigan State front court members. And I get that makes me, I'm alone in the Michigan State Twitter sphere on that. Everybody seems to have moved on and fixated on Carson Cooper. I'm just going to compare the two because I feel obligated to, Cart. I don't see it with Cooper. Like, I've never seen so much offseason hype for a guy that averaged 1.4 or whatever he did points and rebounds last year. And I get he wasn't on the court much. Like, he didn't get opportunity to show it. I also get that he looks more like a center than Mady Sissoko and Jaxon Kohler do right now. I get that you can squint and see some Colin Castleton and how wiry he is, and he looks like a pterodactyl. All that's fun. He can fly. He can dunk, whatever. Is he actually better at dunking than Mady Sissoko? Is he better at defense than Like, I don't think so. I think he just was the guy who played the least of those three last year. And quite frankly, all three were so poor that there was the least tape in a negative way on Cooper that everybody now wants to fix it on. Think of what he could be, when in reality, he was third for a reason. He was ranked where he was as a recruit for a reason. And there's stuff to like. Like, there's more with Carson Cooper to like than there is with Colby Wallerman. But, like, that guy should be a third center. That should be the plan for him his whole career. And if he is, you feel good about it. If he's anything higher, you're not feeling great about it. Jaxon Kohler has a higher ceiling. I think we saw that last year, and I don't really get why people have moved on from him. Maybe it's just because he's not necessarily built like Michigan State fans like their centers to be built. He's built more like Joey Hauser than he is a center, right? Like, he's short. He's not strong necessarily, even though I think he did a lot of work on his body this offseason. I like where he looks right now. And he's just not necessarily the physical presence that Michigan State fans love their dog mentality centers to be. He's more finesse. He's more skilled. He's a good basketball player. Like, I'm not backing off of that. This kid's offensive skill set is very high for who he is. He has to figure out if he's a center or a four at Michigan State, but he's one of those guys that I think you pray you hold on to, and I don't expect him to leave, but like, I would not write him off. If we're writing people off in the Michigan State front court, Kohler is not the one I would do. I think Madi, we know what he is. Cooper, people seem to think there's something there that I don't think is there. Kohler's the one that really has a next level I think he could get to. And this is a good sign for me, man. We went to Moneyball last year and he was good. He wasn't dropping 53 in a game. So, like, again, Moneyball, no correlation to next year. But the fact that he is feeding right now, the fact that I'm seeing workout videos move from the sand into the East Lansing weight room, and there's a few more weights on that rack this year than there were last year, I like what I'm seeing from Jaxon Kohler.
Yeah, it's kind of, I really agree with the fact that I feel like people are writing off Jaxon way too much. Like, as far as like bigs, if I'm ranking them right now, just from last year, so like cancel out like the Bookers coming in and, you know, whatever, small ball, pull Malik out there, whatever like that. For me, it's Jaxon. Honestly, it's still Jaxon Mod. I think Carson is still third in the pecking order.
Yeah. I mean, I like
maybe make an argument for second, but like let's relax a little bit. Okay. I don't squint and see Colin Castleton. I squint and see Gavin Schilling. Okay. I think we're doing a little bit too much.
It made sense that Madi started last year. And I think the hope would be this year somebody takes that spot. I don't get why the fan base is gravitated to Cooper for that. I'm still hoping it's Kohler that takes that spot. And if it's not Kohler, you better hope it's Booker. Like,
well, the only reason I think they might gravitate towards Carson more, and I could see this, is because on this team, we just need someone who can be defensive and rebound the ball. And I think Jaxon struggles more defensively, maybe because he's less mobile than Cooper, but also let's not act like Cooper's just some rim protecting, great defensive player as well. Like, or great rebounder, even for that matter.
My thing is, I don't think Carson Cooper can rebound at all. He just it's literally eye test there. He averaged less than one rebound a game, and I get he didn't play a lot. Go to the advanced stats, Cart. Like, he didn't have a rebound percentage higher than 8% last year. 8% defensive rebound percentage for a center is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's unplayably bad. So, like, I get you can cut up clips of Carson Cooper had one good play every 3 weeks from last year. He has shown nothing to make you think he should be a staple in the rotation. The way that even like Jaxon Kohler's had games in the Big Ten where he scored like 6 points in 2 minutes. That is something he can do. And hopefully
Jaxon Kohler had TJD in hell at the Breslin Center on both ends.
Hopefully that continues to expand. I think if you literally put their games in each other's bodies, just the way they look, I think everybody would love Kohler's game. It's just like, I think people are infatuated with Cooper. He looks like a dinosaur. Like, Jaxon Kohler looks like a soft teddy bear. And I think Michigan State fans can't get past that for some reason. And I hope they do, because I think there's a little Joey Hauser to this where people were like super anti-Joey. Oh, we need him out of the rotation. Malik Hall needs to take his job. And then they realized, oh, it took him a little while, but Joey's really good now. Like, I think that can happen for Jaxon sooner rather than later, and I hope it does. I'm not selling your stock, Jaxon. That's my point. Go for 60 next week. Whenever you play Team Frosted Flakes or whoever's next in line, go for 60, my friend.